Okay, on today's episode, I'm going to show you how to make my stuffing for your home. Obviously, you're not going to make this big of a pan, but underneath I will adjust the recipe to make sure you can make a single batch on yourself, and we're just going to run through this as quickly as possible. So first off, you want like stale bread, right? Not super soft bread. I have some soft bread, but for the most part, I ripped all these bags open and let them stale over a day or two. And you want to go ahead and spray down your pan and cut up all your bread first. So let's go ahead and do that. And you can cut your bread and let it stale overnight. I just had a million other things to do for today, so I wasn't able to cut them all up other than to open up the bag and stale them out. These are still stale. I know they're not as stale as those ones, but they're still stale. And we can use any kind of bread. We don't really need, your own special bread. All we need is, all this is freezer burnt bread. Now I'm in a restaurant, so it's a little bit different, right? But you can make your own rolls. Your own if I was doing it at home, I'd make my own sourdough loaf and then do it. Or you could go to like Walmart or Albertsons or something like that and find like reduced bread and do it with that. Yeah. It doesn't have to be perfect. I always like to think of stuffing as a savory bread pudding, right? Because we're still going to add, eggs and chicken stock and everything else to it. But unlike, a bread pudding would be cream and egg yolk and sugar into dry bread. Same concept, just chicken stock, eggs, and then your filling. So for this one, I'm going to do an Italian sausage with garlic, onion, apple, sage, rosemary, and a couple other things. And put them all together, let it all soak up, and then bake off. This is how I did it last time. If you were here and had it last time, everybody seemed to really like it last time, so I thought I'd make a quick little video on how to make my stuffing. If you're wondering why I'm not wearing gloves, it's not a ready-to-eat product. I already washed my hands, I already sanitized everything, my table and everything, so you don't have to wear gloves if you're not handling ready-to-eat food. If I can see if anybody's watching, or normally I play this phone next to it so I can see comments and questions and whatnot, but I don't know. Check this real quick. See if it's different. I see up here. It's just me. Just little old me. That's okay. Yeah, these are pretty stale. So, I know this is going to sound really weird, but personally, the way I like to make it, I have a handful that isn't as stale as these. Like, these guys aren't very stale. And what that does is when everything soaks up and the bread breaks down with some of that chicken stock and egg, it kind of works as like a binder to bind all the bread together. Because if they're all like rock hard and stale, what I find is you don't let it soak long enough in the chicken broth and everything, it'll fall apart on plate versus having like a few like that are like soft. Those will soak up the chicken broth and eggs and then break down and, excuse me, and act as a binder. That's trash now. Okay, that looks good for this one. A couple more cut here. They got mad when I ran out last time, so we're going to try and not run out this time. Pretty sure I left comments on, but I'm not sure. I'm not using a bread knife or being gentle with this at all. It's just turning into stuffing, so kind of no need to. Probably going to do a 200 pan as well, but this is on top of these. people watching. Hey, thanks for checking in. So we're prepping. So I work at a senior center. We're doing a Christmas meal today, and we're prepping for 150 people. Last time I did this, they really liked this bread. The stuffing I did, so I was going to do this live video and then edit it into a how-to, and they want to learn how to make this. So again, just I have freezer burnt bread. You don't need to use really nice bread here or anything. Get one more pan of these. I made 2 last time and didn't even make it, so. Alright, I'm gonna go grab another pan, spray it down, cut the rest of this bread, and then we'll get our film going. Alright, looks like I'm out of those pans. I'm going to use a 400, which is fine. And again, I'll scale the recipe later when I edit this up, and to make it for like a casserole dish at home for a single use kind of thing. I don't know if I can see the comments here, but I almost wonder if it's Robert that's watching. If you are, that's awesome. Alright, this should be pretty good, yeah. Alright. Maybe we'll 1 or 2 more loaves in there. Roll bread. Okay. Now, let me go clean my pot real quick. Got a big old pan I gotta clean. Cook everything for it. pack because we're making a big batch. Okay, so you're gonna dice your onion and put it in your onion, your garlic, and your sausage into your pan and brown it. And then we're gonna add our apples last because they don't need much time, and cook those as well. So let's go ahead and clean up our onion and get it into our pan. I wonder if it's the angle I did, and that's why it's not working very well with comments or telling me how many people is watching or anything like that. So that's cool. We can do the other angle next time. Okay, at home, I want you to dice this, but for this really big batch that I'm going to sweat down a lot in this, I'm going to cut them a different way. But yeah, dice them at home for this. I swear, as soon as I open this one, I'm going to find the open one. That's usually how that works, right? Okay, so at this point, we're going to get our onions on there with oil and start sweating them. You can put your salt in at this point. Again, I'm going to adjust the recipe for home. Your pepper. And your garlic. We're going to add our rosemary and our sage here after we sweat this just for a few minutes, not too long. There wasn't much left in there. Alright. Alright, wash my hands. You could prep your onions right now, I mean your apples if you want, but you gotta hold them in lemon water so they don't oxidize, so I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna wait until it's ready to just go straight in there. Get some chicken stock and some eggs going. Okay. Our onions are nowhere close to being done, but they're starting to sweat. So at this point, I'm going to add my rosemary and my sage into my pot. Fresh is better, but I'm mass producing this, and I live in Alaska, and getting fresh herbs is not the easiest thing. Alright, so we're going to let that sweat for like 3 to 5 minutes, and then we're going to go ahead and add in our sausage. About 4, 8, 12, 16 eggs. mix this into here and okay, sorry. Make sure you whisk in your eggs into your chicken stock really well, and then we're going to add that into our bread mixture, our dry bread, and our gravy. And our sausage, once we put it all into a pot. Okay, our onions have sweated down a little bit. They're not cooked all the way, nor do you want them to be. But at this point, we want to add in our sausage. I wouldn't expect you to use 15 pounds. When I adjust the recipe for below, I'll adjust it for a single pound of sausage. 15 pounds. So as it's cooking down, if you haven't put your broth and or your chicken stock and your eggs together, you can do that now. At home, you would toss your bread into the sausage mixture after, but as I'm making such big batches, I'm just going to toss them in the pan themselves. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put my chicken stock and my eggs in here and kind of get that soaking. At home, I would prefer you do this at the end step, and I'll explain that as the sausage comes out. But it's soaking for a little while, it's going to hurt it, and then I'll toss the sausage and apples into it. See, it's like a savory bread pudding. only doing this early because I know I'm gonna have to make more chicken stock. So I'm just getting rid of this out of my container to start my next batch. I gotta start bread here soon too. Eek. Busy day. Busy day. Okay. Okay, that sausage is coming along, so at this point, I'm going to go ahead and cut my apples, because I know they're going to need to get in there pretty soon. I'm not going to peel them because it's stuffing. A bushel of apples. If you were watching yesterday, man, that was a big day. Alright, and then I'm just going to core these, dice them up, and then pop them into our pot with our sausage, onions, and our spices. But I need my ball butter. Alright. Appreciate if anyone's watching. Means a lot. Like I said, I'm doing this more as an instructional video, and then I'm gonna cut and edit it to show the people at the senior center how I did my stuffing last night. We didn't want to use that one anyway. I gotta stir this. Alright, just had to stir that over there. Sausage is coming along. So once the sausage is halfway cooked, right, we want to add our apples. It's just about halfway cooked here. We're just pouring our apples. Personally, for my stuffing, I don't peel my apples. I think the color in the stuffing ends up coming out nice. So. Roy is watching. Where you at? You're supposed to be here. Supposed to be helping, making bread. Okay. So this. All right. So I like to I like a rough dice, chop, whatever. There you go, just like that. Nice bite-sized apple pieces. Ooh, I missed one. For the one person that's watching, I really appreciate it. I don't know if it's because I did it this angle nobody's watching, but yeah. Guess I should have done this yesterday when I was here. That would have been smart. I need to sharpen this knife. It's very dull. Okie dokie. Alright, we're just gonna stir that in with our sausage until our sausage is fully cooked and our apples start to break down a little bit and cook with that sausage. Okay, after we get the stuffing in there, I gotta start bread. If you were with us yesterday, we did our pies and our cranberry sauce, hams. I just gotta warm those up, and our rolls. Oh, and mashed potatoes. So. Okay. Once we mix all this together, this can go in at 325 for 30 to 45 minutes. Every oven's going to be different and depending on what size. This one right here is probably going to take me like an hour 15 in there. And if it starts to brown too much on top, we can like cover it with foil towards the end. You might want to cover it with foil first and then open it up and just put a broilet on top to char it, but personally, I think it browns well enough without foil on it, and for a 9x13 or the casserole pan you're making at home, shouldn't burn. Like it should just be browned on top perfect. So. As soon as this sausage is done, apple mixture, I'm gonna pour half of it in each pan, and then we're gonna toss it, and then add the rest of our chicken stock and eggs, and then pop them in the oven. So if you're joining us, so we just cooked our onion, garlic, sausage with our spices. Apples are in there. Chicken stock egg is in here. We're waiting to toss it together with the sausage, and then we're going to pop them in the oven. I'm going to be short on pies, so we're going to pick up some more pies. Again, I know a lot of recipes want you to drain the grease, but I don't. I think the fat in the sausage is flavor content that goes in here. So. Okay, once your sausage is cooked all the way through, we're going to add all that mixture into our pan. Okay, if you're at home and your sausage, apple mixture is already all cooked, you can either mix it into your bread with, like in the casserole pan. You can take all the bread you cut, throw it right into the pot, mix it up, and then pop it back in here, and then add your chicken stock. Or you can get a big bowl. But I like to do it just straight into the pan. Alright. Half and half. Okay, at this point, if you haven't, I want you to add your chicken stock and your egg mixture. I really just want you to work this into the bread. We don't want to squish the bread per se, but I do want you to throw all the ingredients, including your chicken stock and eggs together, right? And this is where saying like some of it, like it's not too stale, is fine because it will act as a binder once it gets all soaked up and goopy like that. But that'll be fine. Ow, it's very hot. Okay, so that was it. So I want to run through a recap real quick. So we cut our bread, let it stale overnight. The next day we cooked our garlic, onion in our pot, right? Added salt, pepper, sage, rosemary, okay? Then added our sausage to it. Then added our apples to it. Cooked all that down. Returned it to the pan with our bread. Added our chicken broth, chicken stock, and egg mixture blended together in our pot, in our pan. Tossed it all together like so. So it's like one big, like you can see this it's one big entity now. It's all grouped together. And then we're going to throw this in the oven at 325 for, at home, probably 30 to 45 minutes. For me, probably an hour and a half. So if you have any questions, don't forget to drop them below. The recipe will be in the link below, or link below. The recipe will be in the description below, and I will adjust it for a single pan at home. Anyways, if you like this and whatnot, and you want to see more, don't forget to like and subscribe. And we are gonna pop this straight into our oven. Alright, if you're here with the live video, I'm about to end it. I was doing a instructional video for the senior center because they wanted to learn how to make this. So now I'm going to cut this, edit it, and then upload it. So thanks for watching.